Well, joining us from Rio de Janeiro is Glenn Greenwald. He's a former constitutional lawyer and civil rights litigator. He's now contributing editor at Salon.com. I mean, is that it, Mr. Greenwald? The Obama administration, despite the marvelous speeches we've heard and so forth about new relationships with the Islamic world and the rest of the world, for that matter, thinks it's probably best just to keep its head down right now. Is that really what's going on?
Well, I don't think that's exactly what's going on. I think instead they're a little bit more active in supporting and giving protection to the Israelis, which is what they always do. And although there's been a lot of speeches about how the administration intended to take a new posture when it came to the Muslim world, I think what you're seeing, and the Muslim world is seeing as well, is a lot of the same continuation of what we saw in the Bush administration, which is no matter how heinous and extreme the Israeli behavior is, the United States stands aside it, behind it, and in front of it, protecting and justifying whatever the Israelis do.
But this is an incident that has unified countries around the world, in Europe and Asia and the Middle East and so forth. President Obama must see that. I mean, is the domestic really so the primary concern right now? Is that perhaps it?
Well, clearly any politician who stands up and criticizes Israel, even in the mildest terms, is taking a huge political risk. And in fact, two and a half months ago, when there was a little bit of an open tension for the first time in a long time between the Obama administration and the Israeli government, not only Republicans, but all kinds of leading members of the president's own party were vehemently condemning him and saying that any disputes that Israel has with the United States ought to be kept private and never publicly discussed. So it is true that there is a huge political price to pay for any politician, including President Obama, to be seen as being adversarial in any way to what the Israelis do. So it's hard to know, is Obama really being driven by political fear and cowardice? Is he driven by the fact that he really supports the Israelis, or is it both? But whatever it is, it's not difficult to see that the Obama administration is giving its full-fledged protection to the Israeli government again.
It really does seem, though, there's a pattern, certainly, with this administration. It's not just foreign policy, but perhaps in domestic policy as well, that the sort of the strong, forthright positions that perhaps some might have expected from the Obama administration after some of the speeches we've heard just never seem to materialize.
Well, if you look at what the president said when he was campaigning about, for example, the Bush administration's policy on terrorism and civil liberties, it's a completely different universe from what the president, as president, has actually done. I mean, not only is Guantanamo still open, but all kinds of civil liberty abuses, from indefinite detention to extreme secrecy to protect what the executive branch is doing, to denying Bagram detainees the right of habeas corpus, has been embraced and defended by the Obama administration. And you can go down the line, as you just suggested, in instance after instance where Obama, the candidate, said that he rejected certain policies, and yet Obama, the president, has embraced those very policies.
Glenn Greenwald, thank you very much for your analysis.
Great to be with you.